Alright guys, today I got a good one for y'all. We are going to be going hoop net fishing with Mr. Jimmy Hickman in South Louisiana. He's got his boys with him today. We're getting ready. We done iced up the boat, got the ice in there. Pretty thankful Mr. Jimmy let us come down today and go out with him on his hoop net run and kind of see how he does everything on a big commercial fishing scale. So I'm going to take y'all along for the ride, and pretty sure we're going to catch some fish today. Alright, we're about to go get all the bait loaded up and we'll be ready to get on the water. Mr. Jimmy on the forklift, he's getting the bait ready to go. Y'all check it out, got a lot of bait coming to the boat. Alright, we got all the bait loaded up. It's a lot of bait. That's the most important part right there, ain't it?
Yeah. To answer everyone's question, it takes 29 minutes for the boat to go down. You put it in.
29 minutes? Well, 29 minutes, y'all heard it right there, for the boat to go down. We don't want that to happen today. Jimmy, I got this figured out.
All right.
I need me a car seat.
Yeah, me too. The ones with the car seats really don't do as much work. That's nonsense. It's 7:17 in the morning. We've loaded 25 baskets of ice at 43 pounds each, about 1,100 pounds of ice. We've loaded 28 boxes of bait at 45 pounds each. Can't do the math in my head, but I think that's...
How many boxes did you say?
28.
So roughly 1,200 pounds of bait.
Roughly 1,200 pounds and roughly $972, I'm thinking. That's what it costs.
So you probably $1,200 in by this time anyways, huh?
We're pretty close to it if we had help with us.
Counting fuel and all that.
Yep, probably. It costs about $1,300 or $1,400 a day to do what I'm doing right now. And
is that counting labor costs?
yeah, that's counting labor costs. We just gonna see if we can't get a little bit of work done today, maybe catch a few fish. And, you know, travel ball's expensive. I'm working for that one.
I've been there and done that.
I'm working for that one back there. Every time he wants a new bat, I need to catch another vat of catfish. So, rough life, and somebody got to do it.
I can feel you there.
He's good at it. He likes to do it. I try to do my best to coach him in it as best I can with my limited knowledge. We're happy we have some guys that know way more than me. All I've got to instill in Cole is the work ethic and the fact that he may not be able to do it yet, but he will be able to do it. So with that being said,
I've seen enough already to know he's got a little work ethic.
Oh yeah.
He's either got a work ethic or he don't got no choice, one of the two.
Oh, he's got a choice. Mark them on the graph. That way I know where they're at. We have a starting point. We'll drop that drag hook down there. We'll get that rope. Everything's underwater. Everything's hidden. If you have a bunch of sticks up, there's always a person that wants to investigate what's on the bottom of it. And
so you don't have you got an anchor and then a weight, or
a stick down there at your feet. So there's a very small stick that we use a pole to drive down into the bottom here. And that stick holds that line where I want it. And then we run it out to where we want the net and drop our weight.
How deep is it right here?
33 feet.
I guess what I'm not understanding is how you drive a stake.
All right, I'll show you.
Oh, you got that long pole.
Not that long.
I was looking. I got you.
Hand me a stick down there.
Oh, you ain't got to drive
Oh,
one.
wait, I'm not. Just want to show you how to do it.
I'm more wigging now. I didn't see the pole.
If you want to know how we get a stick to stick down in the water in 35 feet, we don't. We stopped it in about 21, but I didn't use this pole. So we get the rope around the stick. We get it in there. We drive it down just like you do stuff at the house on the ranch, you know, for the cows or whatever you do. Same thing. We just don't have a post hole driver. We got a piece of aluminum conduit with a pipe on the end of it.
Stick driver.
Yep. And believe me when I say it does need that cut. That's how you get the mud out of it after it's done. We always gonna try to make stuff a little more interesting. How many fish do you think's in that net?
I have no idea.
You gotta throw your guess out there.
I've seen some of your Facebook posts.
Number of fish.
That doesn't, no, not number of fish, pounds.
Pounds?
So this box holds 2,200 with no ice. Obviously, the no ice is 829 degrees outside, so we got to have ice in it. It'll hold about 1,800 or 1,900 pounds of fish right now with a little bit of ice in it and all that stuff. We're going to deliver today, so we don't need as much ice as if we were holding overnight. We use a motor to raise the weights.
What's your guess?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna put a guess out there. I'm gonna put 300 pounds.
300 pounds.
300. All right.
I think he just got offended.
If they had 300 pounds of that net, I'd quit what I'm doing. Hold on, though. I gotta get the net out.
I'm gonna go 750. At least 750.
All right, well, let's
I'm
go.
going to.
With all them fish I seen out there a while ago, it might be 1,000. The cork line, that's your tail end, right?
Yep.
That's 300 right there on the surface.
Hoop two.
Yep.
He just let 300 pounds out.
Yeah, he doesn't like my fish. He doesn't want that new baseball bat, that's for sure. I was going to estimate right now 1,000 pounds. That's what this net can get.
That ain't Darbone.
No, and obviously this net can hold 3,000 or 4,000. It's a new design that I just started using. We haven't caught that much in any of them yet. This one, I think the most it caught in this place so far is about 1,800, so maybe 2.5 times.
Is that a bigger net or is that 4 foot?
It's a little bigger. It's actually 4.5.
4.5.
Yep. So we'll get that bait bag off the front.
But it is 1.25 mash.
This one's actually 1.3 inches. So we don't have that many in this one. And a couple people that knew what they were doing, if they wanted to get this net in the boat, they could. You may hurt the hoops. You're probably gonna hurt the mesh, stretch something, hurt your back, catch something in it. But if you get a net with 800 pounds of fish that was in the water and then you put the net in the boat, the only thing that you have accomplished is to put 800 pounds of fish that were in a net in the water in the boat. You still have to get them out. So we don't have a lot of space in this boat for that. This is a fish hauling boat. We're catching them in it, but it's made to haul them. So the easiest way that we've come up with to get them out is the video dip net. This one needs some new webbing on it. Probably scooped maybe a little bit over 500,000 pounds since I got it on there a couple months ago. So easiest way we know to do it is to rig that net up on that divot pole.
I can see already catching up this much. Like, you gotta ice them. You couldn't just throw them in the bottom of a boat like it's wintertime or something.
If you're gonna be
So
out
to
here,
use the vats and ice them, you're not gonna have to do it like that anyway.
you know, you need to ice your fish regardless. But these fish, they're 88 degrees right now. That's how hot the water is. So when you get him in there, he dies. He's definitely going to heat up. And we don't want the fish to starve. We want to deliver a good fish. But it's more than just that. We want the fish to have a good life in the store. So if he's halfway rotten when you deliver him, they ice him down, clean him. Yeah, he's edible. But how long is he going to last in a display case? Well, probably not as long as if you ice him down right from the start. So when we ice fish, here's the thing. You can ice the bottom of the vat here today, but the fish are 88 degrees. You put 88 degree fish on top of the ice, they're just gonna melt the ice. So what we do, we get a couple 100 pounds in there, and we ice them in layers.
What do you think that one's got? 500-600 pounds?
Maybe a little more. It's gonna be hard to tell on a big net like that. It probably has less than 800.
So I was pretty close to 750.
Yep.
I like your drawstring idea.
I like my drawstring idea too.
I'm gonna adopt that. I was already thinking about doing that on my buffalo nets
So
when I fish them next year.
absolutely, a net that's stretched tight allows for the least amount of fish to get caught up in it. If we were to take that net, turn it end over end, all that, we would just have fish caught all up in it. And every time a fish gets caught up, you weaken the mesh. It takes a little time to get him out. Always a chance he can go in your hand.
I feel like I'm not helping much, Jimmy.
Well, that's all right. There's not a whole lot that you can do in a deal like this.
I know now why your deckhand didn't show up though.
So believe it or not, my deckhands don't scoop fish.
Oh really?
No, I scoop fish.
You do all the scooping.
This is my workout. This is how I stay in shape. You can't ask anybody to do this kind of work.
Well, I'm not gonna grab a hold to you. I can tell you that.
You can't ask anyone to do this.
You're way
kind of work.
bigger than me, and I already know you're stout to do that.
Anybody's gonna want. They're gonna want $1 million a day if you ask them to work. My deckhand's job is to put 27 boxes of bait in these nets. We got this fish out of there in, 3 or 4 minutes.
No more than 5 minutes.
If there's a better way, I don't know what it is.
I think you're on top of it. I think you're all over it.
We can put a red one in this one. So this is a larger net. I think we had one little fish that died and he probably got wrapped up in the webbing.
Yeah, he was tangled up toward the front.
So we doesn't have to worry about fish overcrowding this net to die. Certainly not what we're trying to do. We want them all alive every time. I prefer not to catch them if they're dead. So this little bait bag that we hang here, this is one that I made, and its job is to hold bait. Hold them longer than the loose bait does. After they get done eating,
Keep some sin in there so they
keep a little something in there.
Yeah.
Now this other bait bag that we're doing here has a different job. Its job is to break. Fish are going to get in it, start to messing around with it. They're going to rip a hole in it. When they rip a hole in it, bait's going to start to leak out. When the bait leaks out, it rebaits the net.
It's just an old onion sack, ain't it?
Just an old onion sack. Where I buy them from, they call them a yam bag. They're called whatever it is you want to call them. Onion sack is what I call them. Put that somewhere where it's out the way for the rest of the day.
So pretty much the way you go, when you got immediate catch, you got like a delayed catch, and then you got a prolonged catch.
That's right. The goal for this net would be to keep the bait in it for as long as you can. Because you don't have to worry about it overcrowding. Fish are eating too fast. And we're not going to have any die. Everything's going to be fine.
So you just put right at 150 pounds of bait in that net.
That one's got 150 pounds of bait in it.
Pogies.
38 a box. Might as well say 40. So we got 120 invested in the net to bait it. This one takes a little more bait than the rest of them. The rest of them only get 2.
You talking about expense a little bit, and I know myself, there's some of my nets I build myself, and I have some of them built. I just don't have time to build them. But you ain't even said nothing about the expense of the nets and stuff.
So depending on where you buy it from. This net, if you buy it at Nets and More, is probably going to be north of $500.
Yep.
That is really, really expensive for a hoop net. If you buy them from some of the other guys that advertise on the internet that make nets, this is probably a $420 to $500 net.
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to understand that, like, you know, he's got the bait expense, he's got his fuel expense, he comes out here, let alone the fact of motor and boat, maintenance on all that. But what'd you say, you got 13 nets out?
Yeah.
So you talking $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 in nets right there. Going back in with it.
All right, Cole, there you go.
You don't worry about them. You don't worry about them grass or nothing in the mouth of it. They don't pay it much attention, do they?
It'll come out. The goal is not to put ice on your fish. The goal is to put ice in your fish. On them doesn't do anything for the ones on the bottom. On them doesn't do anything for the ones in the middle. If you ice a dead fish, you will have ice on your fish. If you ice a live fish, which we kind of waited a little long to do these. Usually the fish will go crazy. And when they go crazy, because they don't like ice on them. When they go crazy, they'll move that ice down in the middle of it. Because they're not doing it today. We're going to do what I say.
Either way, you want to make sure you get ice down in them. Cool them down. I'm with you on that.
So now that you done mess with them, then fish will start going around. They'll move and they'll distribute that ice down in the middle of them.
Jimmy, I got you at about 15 minutes getting that net up, getting the fish out of it and getting it back in. Maybe 20.
And we can do it in less. We can run about 3 of them an hour.
We're doing a lot of talking today.
Yeah, 3 or 4 nets an hour right now. Try to take care of one problem right now. Looks like my pole net is on his last leg, got some holes in it. We're letting a few fish out. But we're gonna get a new net this week. This one has just been getting some holes in it. We need to get another one. I make them, I buy the mesh, and then I make it. And you learn real fast how big to make it. Because if you make it any bigger, you catch way too many fish in a scoop. Just a little bit harder.
I need to make me a good one for flatheads.
Oh yeah.
For the limb lines and stuff.
Yep. I hate them. I wish they wouldn't exist. When the yellow cat gets in my net with these blue cats, he's the last one that goes in there. Then blue cats will not go in there with him. So that net caught, let's just call it 700 pounds of fish. That's $420 worth of fish. We had $120 worth of expense. That net profited $300. If it had got a yellow cat in it and caught one 8-pound yellow cat, we'd have lost 118 out of the $120 bait that we put in. I hate a yellow cat so bad. In fact, if you want to go catch a yellow cat, I give you the string and the hooks. You go get them out.
Send them all up there my way.
I mean, I hate them with a passion.
All right, he's dragging for net number 2.
These nets right here do a little more usually when the tide is going in a little more than it is out. When the tide goes out right here, it really rolls.
So this is brackish water right here,
Yes,
right?
sir. Absolutely.
As far as catching these fish with the tide moving, you're kind of doing the same thing as if you was in a river, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, with bait, you catch them by scent.
Right.
So they're using the tidal movement just like they would in a river with current coming down it. So baiting, I guess, pretty much about the same, huh?
Yeah. When you're running nets with no bait in them rivers where the water only goes one direction, you know, you can do that. And there's ways to do it really well. I've caught up to 1,900 pounds in nets with no bait before. So you can definitely make some money on it. Problem is, whenever them fish are making a run, as everyone likes to call it, they really only run after a rain. That'll be like a environmental impact of what's happening with the fish. But they really only move as far as migrating up to spawn about 2 weeks out of the month. And it goes by the moon. So I can tell you when the nets are gonna load up, and I can also let you know when the nets are not gonna load up. But regardless of whether or not the net's loaded or not, you still need to go out there and run them. Last thing you want to do is get a net you're not minding, and all of a sudden it gets some dead fish in it. Then a loggerhead goes in it, and he tries to eat the fish, and he drowns, and then everybody calls the wildlife on you. I mean, that's just, if you're not going to run your nets, please don't put them out. It just gives the rest of us a bad name.
Yeah, I tell everybody, summer months, you kind of got to watch your fish.
Sure.
And let them tell you when you got to run.
Yep.
I still get a lot of questions on the channel about how long can I leave a net out. Well, in the winter, up there, we can leave them 7 days. And I know you're not leaving them 7 days.
Sure, we got to run these every other day. To be honest with you, we'd like to run them on a day and a half.
So you're looking at like 36 hours?
Yep, that's how long. These have been down 34 hours.
34 hours. Today's catch, whatever he has, that's on a 34-hour net run.
So what you have to understand about these fish, if you notice, we put a lot of bait in that net. You only saw like 2 or 3 heads left. So those fish have entered that net, they've eaten that bait, and you didn't see a lot of big old stomachs on them. So those fish process that bait. You know, either they regurgitated it or they got it out through excrement. So those fish started going in these nets about 8 hours after we dropped them. And in that, we like to give them some time after the bait is gone to regurgitate, which catches more fish. And then we like to be on them before fish start dying, obviously.
It's like 800 pounds.
Hoop number 1. So if you notice in this net right here, we didn't have a bait bag. And there's a reason for that. The water rolls real hard right here. And the water's been rolling pretty hard all week. So if we'd have put a bait bag, we'd have caught 2 or 3 times the amount of fish in this net. This net probably has a little bit less than 500 in it, so it has a little bit less than our goal. But they're all a lot. We don't have dead fish in it. None of them are beat up. None of them are scraped up. And that's our goal. All live. They ain't got red lips. They don't have red tails. They don't have any dead ones. They don't have any scratches on them. We'd have had, we might have had 100 pounds of dead fish in this net had we baited it like that. And that's better for me. Because I'd have been able to catch twice as many of them in it. But I'd have wasted 100 fish or maybe 100 pounds of fish. And that's just kind of disrespectful to what it is that we're doing out here. We're not trying to harm things or waste things. Because after he dies, I can't catch him next week. I left him down there in the water. Yeah, he's not in the net. He's not coming in the boat today. But he's still there, and we can catch him tomorrow.
You can feed people, but don't waste them.
That's right. You never want to overdo what you can do.
That's back down to a 4-foot net there, ain't it?
Yeah, we're all the rest of them out here are going to be a 4-foot net now. And these nets,
5 hoops.
yep, these nets we built a little bit longer because we need to hold the fish, and we want to hold them alive. Don't want them to die. So we make a little more holding area in that net. We don't have any dead fish, don't have any problems, and still making money. If we want a few more fish because we don't have as big a net, just add another net out. We can put some longer nets than this, throw an extra box of bait in, catch 11 or 1,200 pound average. If you do that, and the net gets a hole in it, you relied heavily on that one net.
Now you might would fish a little heavier in the winter because they wouldn't die as bad though, right?
That's right. In the winter time, sometimes our nets are down for a month. Just depends on where we're at, how cold the water is. Usually we're running them on 8 to about 12 days.
I'm doing a way smaller scale, but I run about the same kind of way. 7 to 8 days in the winter time and no longer than 48 hours, but I ain't catching near about this much fish in them little wire nets.
Yeah.
Wire nets, we'll run them about 36 is about right on them too.
Yep. We don't. We're not going to risk it. It caught enough fish without a bait bag. We didn't have any dead.
So you just going about 50 pounds in that one?
No, that was actually 2 boxes.
A little more.
They're a little bit more. Those boxes were 29 pounds, so we got about 30 in that one. And I'm okay with it having a little bit less. Like I say, that current can hurt you right here, so we're not going to risk catching any more in it. All right, Cole.
I told you you'd had to get me out of your way. I think my brain's processing a little slow right now.
As is mine.
You wouldn't eat that ice out of there?
Take a look out there. How many catfish you see? I don't see any.
I don't see
There's
him.
absolutely no fish in that tree on that camp. There's not a fish right here. All right, so
Don't look like none in the water.
so how do you know where the fish are? You're running nets. You want to make money. With that being said, your options are to get $1,100 worth of bait, drop some poop nets, wish, or you can get you a graph, learn how to use it a little bit, determine whether or not they have any fish in the area that you're fishing, and have a better chance of having a better day. That's what it is. You're just increasing your odds of catching fish. You can have the best graph on the market. You can have a 19-inch apex. It's worth $5,000. If you don't know how to read it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you got. You could have a $300 hummingbird, 18 years old, and if you know what you're looking at on the screen and can determine that fish are in the area, you stand a better chance of catching them in an area where they got fish. I said, so if you look on the screen right here, there's no fish here today. The fish have traveled, they've gotten on the other end down here, and when we get down there, you'll see 20 feet of fish on the screen, literally. Right here, you don't see half a dozen of them on the screen at any one time.
Yeah, it's just a few here and there.
Just a few scattered about. The tide's going out, the fish went with it. When the tide comes back in, the fish will come with it.
Y'all can see right there, Jimmy says that's blues right there.
Yeah, they're up off the water, they're up off the bottom. They're in between 22 and 33 feet down. The water is 52 feet.
52 foot deep right here.
They're sitting above that old thermocline right there, because that's where it's most conducive as far as oxygen content and temperature for that catfish to be. I think when this one pops to the top, it's going to show you something. Got that look about it. Cue the fish in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, is that a big bag for...
Think that one had a little more in it, huh?
Yeah, this one caught a little more the other day too. More weightlifting to hit a few more home runs. Well, that one's got a little more in it. You'll notice we didn't put a bait bag in it, because if you'd have put a bait bag in it, it'd have had 1,800 pounds in it. 200-300 pounds of them have been dead. And that's just not gonna be all right with me. So, right now in the boat, probably got about 1,200 or so. That box has got room for another 500 or 600 in it, maybe a little bit more. We'll be in this box over here. This net's probably over 800 for sure, probably 9. I was hoping it had 1,000, but I have to wait till the next one for 1,000.
Loaded up pretty good.
You get lucky every once in a while.
I ain't sure it's got nothing to do with luck. I done seen enough to know better than that. Jimmy, something else I'm seeing is I haven't seen not one non-target species.
Not only will you pretty rarely not see a non-targeted species in my net, you'll also notice we ain't had to grade no fish.
What do you mean by grade?
So we don't have any undersized fish.
What's the allowed amount of undersized fish in the state of Louisiana
State of
for
Louisiana,
commercial?
for commercial purposes. The channel cat, the minimum length is 11 inches. You're allowed 10% by number, not by weight. So if you have 100 legal channel cats, you can have 10 undersized channel cats. On blue cat, they allow you a little bit less, it's only half. So you're only allowed 5% blue cat. The minimum length on those is 12 inches, which is a pretty small fish. This fish right here is about the minimum. If you were to measure him, he'd be 12 and a half.
I was gonna say he looks
12 and
12 to me.
3/4. And they do look smaller. And it takes a while to recognize which one is legal and which one is not.
To me, he looked like he was probably close to 13 inches.
Probably close to 13.
And that's about the smallest one we've seen come out of there.
Now I'm gonna tell you, we get a lot of interaction with the game warden. I can tell you that I have yet to meet a game warden that didn't come up and be respectful. I don't get any really that have an attitude. You hear a lot of them stories, but I think those officers are giving you back what you're giving them. It's the middle of the morning. It's 9 o'clock. We're in a 32-foot boat with some big blue boxes in it. We're not trying to hide up though.
Yeah.
We get a lot of interest in what we do from the game warden. But once they inspect you once or twice, realize you know the laws, realize you're not illegal. After that, they may come and make sure that you got your life jackets and extinguishers, all that kind of stuff. But they're not coming grade all these fish. They can look at them and tell, hey, either you know what you're doing or you're just not catching.
I ain't seen an undersized one yet.
That's what you want it to look like when you're icing them down. Alright, done with that box.
Obviously, there's a lot different scale of fishing than what y'all normally see on the channel and what I normally do. I think Jimmy likes to work more than I do. Do what?
I don't like to work more than you do.
You must.
I hate my job in ways that I cannot explain to you.
Wait, I don't know if I can show that on film on
You can
YouTube.
show it on film.
They might give you a raise just to keep you.
Nope. Get a raise in my job, you have to try to leave, then they'll give you one.
Jimmy, you gonna have about 200 pounds in one of these nets?
Today, no.
300? Less than 500?
If they have a hole in it, yes. You'll catch that 200 or 300 pounds of the ones that didn't get out the hole.
Find me the one with a hole in it and I'll scoop them.
Okay. All right, Cole.
Give me that again. What'd you do?
Basically, I grabbed one of them fish, and he's in there now. But
Let me see your hand.
he had a broken off fin.
We loaded up with pogies.
Yeah.
So I guess my question on that, you know, if I've ever baited up north, I definitely use pogies. I've always used either cottonseed meal or cheese or
Right.
some type of mixture.
Yeah, and we use that down here as well whenever we're trying to catch channel cat over here. We call them a eel cat just because they're a light green color like an eel is. Yeah, I found the fish.
Dayton got a few.
I knew I saw you like 700.
How many you think that one's got?
Right around that 1,000-pound mark. I don't think it's got much more than that.
I think that box is full, Jimmy.
Yeah, they're gonna go down a little bit in a second. So that net had about 1,100 in it, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, I don't know. In terms of money-wise, it definitely paid for the, you know, the bait, the expense of doing all this. But, okay, so it had 1,100 in it this time. How many do you reckon it's gonna have in it next time?
I'm gonna say it depends on how much bait you put in.
I can pretty much guarantee it won't have a catfish.
Got a hole in it?
No, it's a brand new net. Just rigged them out, put the corks and the tail string and all that. That old boy made them for me exactly how I want. Real good net builder, but apparently he made a mistake on this one. Something you got to look at. Every net got to be right.
Down there now.
Whenever he was making this one, I guess he forgot to put a good knot in that throat string. This one's got a pretty decent knot in it. It'll be all right, but on this one, it came undone. The net wouldn't have hung right, the throat wouldn't have been right. If anything did get in it, it got back out.
If you wouldn't have seen it and just baited it, you'd have been wasting your bait.
Absolutely. I pretty much guarantee what it's gonna have in it now.
Another 1,100-1,200 pounds.
Yeah, it's a new net. It's only been down for a week. Doesn't have any growth on it. Obviously catching a few fish. He caught them from run one, which is unique. They just must be real hungry. No, you're right. £1,000 guaranteed. Get ready.
Nope. No. 0 pound.
You can doubt me if you want.
0.
I ain't down.
Keep on running that mouth in front of that boat over there.
0.
Biggest one so far.
We'll make a big fat
Big fat in this one. It's going around.
So how many pounds you think we caught today? How many pounds you think you caught? Because I didn't do much. Let me
We
get that
got,
straight now, because all I did is video.
They're full. We got, you know, the right amount of ice on them. We're at a little bit less than 8,000. We had 78 something. We had 78.08 last time. We had this much in it a couple days ago. So, you know, all Louisiana wild caught catfish. You saw how we did it. It's a renewable resource that just keeps on renewing. I don't think there's enough industry for fish in Louisiana to ever hurt the population of the fish that
We raised 9 nets.
We raised 9 nets. Nets draw fish for you know, 20 or 30 yards maybe.
You showed me a lot of fish on the graph,
Yeah,
not
oh, yeah.
even close to a net.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw 2 million pounds of fish today, and those fish will be there until we get a hurricane or the conditions are right for them to leave. And they don't stay there year round. We can't catch them year round. About November, they'll be looking to leave. If a hurricane comes next week, they're gonna leave next week, and they're not coming back. They're not coming back till April, May of next year. That's it. We got to go find them somewhere else, and that's fine. But you know, these catfish that we're catching here, these are distributed not only locally but nationally, and they go all over the country. They're used for a variety of things. There's a very strong market up on the East Coast. They're catching catfish up on the East Coast. They're doing a good job trying to combat a non-native species up there. They've created a lot of demand, a pretty good market up there. And here locally, we have a lot of imports. We have a lot of pond-raised fish, and I don't necessarily disagree with the pond-raised fish as much as I disagree with the imports. We have enough fish here. We don't need them from anywhere else.
The thing that I take into consideration, there's no telling how many people you fishing alone employs in the state of Louisiana.
That's right.
You got the guy that catches the bait, you got the shop owners, you got the deck hands, you got the fish skinners. You got a lot of people that are affected.
That's right.
Just by one man fishing.
I did the math on it and did the numbers on it a couple years ago, and from New Jersey, which is where this bait came from, this actually wasn't Louisiana bait, so we paid somebody in New Jersey to catch it. We paid a truck to get it down here. We got some diesel, some tires, everything, a truck driver who may or may not live there. We have the business that houses the bait here, the business that we got the ice from. We got a Ram dealership that got us the truck. We have Uncle J Custom Boats that built us the boat. Got this fine motor back here, and
one man's willingness to go and fish hard like
right.
you do is probably affecting 50 some odd people living like way of life.
Whenever I looked at
not
it,
counting the people that eat all that fish.
That's right. Whenever I looked at it, as far as when you go into the restaurant owners or retail businesses, it was about 80 people that I impact their life in some way by doing this. And not looking to stop, not looking to over harvest, not looking to get in anybody's way. We didn't impact not a boat out there today, and if we did, we'd have asked them if we wanted some fish. You know, if I could offer them some fish for the trouble of making them move or something like that, and we do that every other trip or so. And you know, with that being said, we just try to be really respectful not only of ourselves but of the resource. Try and conduct our business in a manner that shows respect to those that came before us in doing this. Respect all the laws, the waterways, both the recreational anglers, the sport anglers, the other commercial anglers. We don't try to have an impact on anything other than what happens in this boat. And that's about all I can say about it. I try my best to stay out of everybody's way. And for the most part, we're able to do that. So,
and didn't catch a single flathead.
Didn't catch a single nasty, trashy flathead. But you know what we also didn't catch was any other species of fish.
I didn't see nothing
that we didn't want.
Pokey heads and blue cats.
Pokey heads and blue cats.
Couple
eel cats. Old Cole found them. Available. I'm gonna put a little more ice on them for the half-hour car ride. We got cleaned up because there's no reason not to. We try to deliver the best fish we can.
Well, we caught the fish, got the boat loaded, and just put some fresh ice on. Now it's off to market. We're about to get wet, ain't we? A little? I don't want to get wet.
process.
I did all that work on doing, you didn't even record it.
I am recording. Now.
You got it?
Go behind me. Do it.
Look, Jimmy, I appreciate it.
Miss Bradley, it's awfully nice to meet you, sir.
I don't know, I feel like I didn't do enough work.
That's all right. You didn't have to.
I did show him some eyes.
That's
a
right.
little bit.
You don't need to come down here and do no work. Come down here and enjoy yourself.
Sleep, I got it. You probably got a pretty good bit out of it.
That's all right.
But I'm gonna wrap it up and head back to North Louisiana.
Sounds good, sir. Whenever you want to come down and get some more catfishing, man.
Oh man,
I know a guy.
I'll probably be ready next week.
I know. I'm going again in the morning. Run the rest of them we couldn't run today.
Probably take me a couple of days to recover and get some sleep, I imagine.
Yeah. We had 7,810 pounds today. For your information.
7,810. You said you thought just under 800. I mean under 8,000.
So 9 nets right under 8,000. We'll catch about another 3,000 tomorrow, maybe a little bit less on those.
Well, you had the 8,000. We couldn't raise all the nets.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't want to run the risk of not having enough ice on them, stuff like that. There's no reason to. The catfish will fine. They didn't have any dead ones. They'll be fine in the morning again. Only another, 8-9 hours to go. We'll be back on them. So overall, we'll have run 12 nets for about 11,000 by the time we get done tomorrow. Maybe a little bit less than 11. So I enjoyed it.
Man, I had a blast. It was good meeting you. We've seen each other, talked to each other, and messaged each other on Facebook and stuff before.
Sure.
It's kind of the thing we got in common. Of course, Mr. Jimmy's catching a lot more fish than I am. Thank goodness somebody else is doing it besides me. But we all like to hoop net fish, and that's why he does it, that's why I do it. So, hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I'm fixing to head back to North Louisiana. That's going to be it for this one. God's Country Hunting and Fishing, keeping it real.